Where do people come from? With mommy and daddy? No, that's for another day. However, the question of where life began is a big old mystery. So let's start with what was the first living organism. The last universal common ancestor, aka Luca, was most likely a very simple-celled organism that had proteins used for different structures and functions inside the cell. RNA, which most likely led to its modified cousin DNA, was used to send and store genetic information so the cell could self-replicate. It had metabolism full of enzymes, which is a type of protein, was used to convert gases into energy. It also had lipids to form a cell wall to hold all of that together so the cell could self-replicate and evolve into everything we know today, from plants to people. Where does Luca come from? Well, that's where the theories of abiogenesis, how living things came from non-living elements, comes in. And one of the most popular theories would be the primordial soup theory. Around 4 billion years ago, when the early Earth had meteorites raining down on it, there were many lightning strikes. The atmosphere had little to no oxygen, so it was filled with mainly methane, ammonium, hydrogen, and water vapor from its oceans. In the Miller-Urey experiment, 2 biochemists tested these conditions, and after a week they found 5 different amino acids in the water, which was a huge step in the primordial soup theory. Since amino acids are the building blocks of proteins by linking up with a peptide bond, they then start to form this chain called a polypeptide, which can link up with others to form a protein. Another scientist found that when hydrogen cyanide and ammonium react to each other, they produce adenine, which is a needed base for RNA and DNA. Is that theory right? Well, this theory does actually have some kinks in it because it'd be hard for the amino acids to come together fast enough without degrading. It also doesn't explain how a self-replicating cell was made. In addition, we need to take into context the environment because new research shows that the atmosphere may have more oxygen than what we realize. Scientists have also found that Saturn's moon Enceladus, that has a global ocean underneath its ice, has been hit by meteorites similar to the ones that hit early Earth. And it shows an insight that a primordial soup doesn't actually have to be what the Miller-Urey experiment proposed. Those meteorites had organic elements such as carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, and oxygen, which relate to specific fatty acid lipids. It's actually very significant since proteins, RNA, and metabolism need specific chemical compounds to form their own building blocks of amino acids, nucleic acids, and carbohydrates. Logically, those elements will go through chemical reaction to create random chemical compounds that would most likely be amphiphilic lipids, meaning one part hates water and one part loves it. When put into water, those lipids will self-assemble into a micelle. Those micelles could then evolve into a big lipid bilayer that could hold all the proteins, RNA, and metabolism that would make Luca. But since nobody I know of has a time machine, anything could happen.